All right, so I know, you know, we got the clean shave. First time seeing the face in years, but you know, it all goes along with today's topic, and that's, you know, being a little bit different, you know, not being afraid to get out of your comfort zone. You know, you got to build that confidence even without a beard. So that's what we're doing here today. A lot of you young guys you like to be the same, you know, kind of stick to what everybody else is doing. I think you should try to switch it up a little bit. You know, I got asked the other day why I tuck my shirt in when I'm at the gym, and I think just, you know, since this is work for me, I mean, would you not like to look professional at work? You know, so it's just like kind of stands out in a way. So I think that's why I do it. You know, but not everybody's at work when they're at the gym, so you know, it just kind of separates you. So anyways, back to business. We're gonna take care of these 120s. Whew, okay. Up. But yeah, like I was saying, this whole thing, you just gotta switch things up, try new things, you know, get uncomfortable, and it's gonna work out in the end. I mean, you gotta fail at some shit, try things out to find out what works. So everything's a work in progress, and that's what we're doing here. So, you know, with that being said, you don't want to try to copy what the next guy's doing. I mean, you know, you watch somebody online, you know, after a while, you know, you're gonna get acclimated to what they do. You know, you're gonna dress like them, do the same shit, and eventually, you know, you're not your own person, and you know, what works for them is not gonna work for you. You know, especially when it comes to training. So, you know, I train a lot of clients. And what I've learned is, you know, there's no one single secret way to get in shape. You know, there's a different route for everybody. So try not to get clouded by what you see. All right, let's get it. It's always tough doing that after the dumbbells, but we'll see if we can push it a little bit heavier. Yeah, so
weightlifting is for life.
Weightlifting's for life.
That's why we do it the natural way.
Exactly. See?
We don't fill our body with toxins and substances and steroids.
65 and natural still, huh?
Yeah.
That's the way. So see, there's no need for that instant gratification stuff. It took you what, 65 years, jacked?
65, jacked.
You know, you didn't want to be 21 and you got ED and all this problems going on, you know, it's fucking, you just got to put in that work over time, you know, you're going to see pays off. So
that's right.
Gonna get this set in, throw on a little bit more weight this time. So we're off to like 245. Yes, sir. Oosh. Up. Ooh. 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 Up. Okay. Whew. But like I was saying, this shit takes time. So heard it from the man. You know, guy's not looking for the fast route, you know, 65. You know, you don't have to put in that many years to reach where you want to be, but if you were to set aside, you know, a solid 5 years and just dedicate that shit to your purpose and your goal, man, you can be way ahead of others, let me tell you. So back to the confidence talk. So I took a razor to the face for the first time in maybe like 10 years. You get that like instant regret, shock when you do shit like that. But, you know, now that it's been a few days, 5 o'clock shadow, coming back a little bit, I realized that, you know, no one really gives a shit about, you know, what you do. You know, you could be bald or balding, you get a haircut or you shave your big ass beard and people look at you for a minute, oh shit, you did something different. That's it, that's the end of the interaction, you know, they move on with their lives. So, I mean, for people that are, you know, not confident with something, such as a haircut, you know, there's bigger things to be worried about than, you know, attributes like your hair. I mean, people oversee that shit, you know, but when it comes to the physique, that takes work. So let's get back to the sets. We're on decline press right now. Usually I like to stick to a certain range when I'm pressing out, but on this particular decline, and most declines for that matter, I like to get a little bit of that elbow snap because that extension really helps accentuate the lower pec. So that's why we're doing it here. I'm just gonna do partials here. Oh man, I don't work decline all that often, so it feels good too. It feels fresh, almost at that angle. So the confidence, honestly, one of the longest thing that kind of takes to be fully built with really anything. I think for me, I don't think it took to the point for me to actually turn pro in bodybuilding, for me to actually be 100% confident in the gym. And now, I mean, it could have been, you know, the title, or it could have been the experience. Now, you know, I don't really give a shit about what anybody thinks. I think I kind of earn the respect from a lot of people by the training style that I do. But, you know, it's going to take you time to, you know, reach that confidence. You know, the ability to really not give a fuck about what anybody else thinks and do your own thing. For me, you know, I stay covered in the gym. You know, I'm always, you know, baggy hoodie. I don't ever feel the need to have to, you know, take my shirt off or, you know, feel like, you know, I'm bigger than anybody else, because it's really not about that. I see it every day. I see the progress being made. So, you know, I'm not really worried, you know, about what other people think, you know, other than me. So with that being said, start some flies here. Trying not to grip those handles as much as possible, to use those wrists to kind of do the work. Whoa. Metal handles, a lot better, for anyone wondering. Okay. Okay, one more. Okay. Oh, those are tough because even after all that, 0 biceps. I feel no biceps. If you're feeling biceps with those when you're coming up, you're doing it wrong. You're doing curls. You just got to keep that pec engaged the whole time. Literally squeeze your way up. That's how you really isolate it. But every so often I'll go from the ground up because, you know, if you do them, you know, either you're too fatigued or, you know, you do them too late in the chest day, you might get, you know, bicep action going, but this is perfect. All chest. All right, off to a little triceps now. Gotta just start with some strong push downs. I think this could be lowered a little bit. That's good. Okay, here we go. Okay. Whew. All right, it's been a minute since I've done triceps after chest, so we'll see how this goes. So it's not about the weight you do, it's about what you do with the weight. With that being said, we're gonna do the whole rack, but I'm just gonna make sure, yeah, I'm still stable. Elbows pushed in, tight, you know, try not to use too much shoulder and just try to keep strict push downs even though it's the whole rack. So see how many we can do. One more. Okay. Ooh. After a while, yeah, you're right. It just hits abs, but that's good. I mean, it's always good to keep your core engaged. But a little tricep kickback action. Been a minute since I've done these. So, you know, 40 might be a lot for you. You always start out light, but pretty seasoned. I used to do these a lot, so the muscle memory just kind of kicks in. Okay. Yeah, triceps are feeling good. I've been trying to throw in like a dedicated arm day where I kind of just come in and hit bis and tris on their own a little more often. And those are pretty beneficial because usually my main days, back, chest, I like to, or main upper body days, I like to just keep it focused on the entirety of the back or just the entirety of the chest, and then come in and work the limbs on another day. So I think that's gonna wrap up what we're gonna do as far as the chest workout. All right. finishing up the chest day on a little cardio. Yesterday we had legs, so always important to move that lactic acid out of the lower body, especially when you're lifting heavy. I think we were squatting like 4 plates, so not something I always recommend you do, get underneath a heavy barbell every leg day, but we ended up doing it yesterday, so soreness hasn't hit, but we are doing what we can to mitigate the lactic acid buildup and prevents a little soreness. So that's why we're on the incline treadmill today, no stairs. But yeah, man, getting back to the topic of the confidence in the gym and just confidence overall, I mean, you just have to, it's something you need to work at. You don't want to be doing what everybody else is doing. I know it's easy to kind of try to just fit in. You're buying the same brands that you see everybody wearing, and you're doing the same lifts that you see people doing online. I recommend, you guys try a couple things that what I do, but don't make it your sole purpose to copy exactly what I do and how I do it and how many reps I do it. You should want to kind of try to figure out your own regimen and see what works for you individually, because at the end of the day, we all need to kind of figure out what's best for ourselves, and just kind of being that copycat, it's not going to work out in the end. You're not going to be individualized. So that's my 2 cents for the confidence talk. It takes time for me, especially, like I said, it took me to get my pro card to finally feel 100% comfortable, confident in the gym and what I do. I know it's a little bit different than the way people train. I've gotten questions like, why do I wear a belt during my lifts, especially during the season? It's not for any real back support. I wear a nylon belt. It's simply just to keep that waist in, that waist tight, core engaged, and other people might see it as weird, but it's just the way I like to do things, and it works for me. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that you just got to find what works and stick with it for a long time, not just a week or 2 weeks and switch things up and completely start new programs every other month or whatever the time frame may be. You got to stick to the goal, stick to the program, give it some time. Things don't happen overnight, and when they do happen for you, it's going to look from the outside in that it happened overnight. I've been working at this shit for years, so when I finally won a championship, got the pro card, they see, oh shit, they kind of see maybe a few weeks leading up towards the day, I might be posting a little bit more about it, and that's it. They don't see the grind that it took me to get there the years prior. So shit's gonna take time, because at the end of the day, I mean, you might get that small support from people at the beginning, but once you start breaking away, separating yourself, I mean, people aren't gonna the support, you're gonna get hate. You might not get the support you want. People want you to do good, but not better than them. So, that's why it kind of takes a bit of a silent grind. If there's something that, you have set in your head, kind of keep it to yourself. I got my big goals, and I always talk about it, going to be competing at the Olympia. I mean, everybody already knows, what I'm doing, but I have goals that are bigger than that, and, I kind of just keep them to myself, and you just got to be along for your own ride and just keep grinding, head down, and, you don't really have to console anybody else, because, like I said, they want you to do good, but not better than them. So be yourself, keep grinding. I want to finish out this cardio, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.